Right now, do you want a blessing? You know what I'm saying? Uh, well, for instance, a person like myself who's kind of like this gazing stock, this kind of brunt of the fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to curse yourself, it's like go ahead and laugh at me. Go ahead and say I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, say these type of things, and believe me. It's like this: the judgment starts at the house of God, and I've already explained this like a couple months ago that it's like we're being judged, and I have been judged, and it wasn't the greatest of report. It was more like a reprimand. But anyway, hey, better that than to get no answer. That would be to mean that you're really effed then. But anyway, if you want to receive a blessing, a person like myself, you pray for them or people like me instead of joining in on the satire and taking advantage of it. Instead, you should pray to have the yoke of the heaviness come off of a person, the fear come off of the person. Let that person find some kind of closure and peace. That's the things that's how you get yourself a real blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I pray for a lot of you people anyway out here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's not like I'm sitting there doing it 24/7, but every now and then, believe it, you probably come into my thoughts, and I send forth goodwill towards you through the spirit of the Most High, man. It's because I mean, really, I look like my buddy, me and him got such a connection. I can just speak the word and look into existence, and he'll hit me up in a few days. Like, look, like out of the blue, like send it forth, and it goes. It says that's what it says that the word does, man. It doesn't return void. You know what I'm saying? And it's like water, man. It's like the rain falls, makes a puddle. It gets absorbed by some stuff, and the rest evaporates. And then even some of it goes down, gets filtered, and pumped back up from the aquifer, and the other stuff falls down from the heavens. In the same fashion that rain changes forms, and it doesn't. It accomplishes what it's supposed to accomplish, basically. You know what I'm saying? Every time, without fail. Uh, it falls, it gets lighter, it flies back up, and it falls again, or it gets real heavy and it sinks all the way down, and then you gotta pump it up with some kind of anti-gravity thing, or it's gotta pop out some kind of spring through some geothermal current somewhere in the earth. In the same fashion, our prayers work. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes we're pulling down the stuff from heaven and trying to distribute it amongst the brethren, and the people around us. We want to fall on them too, as well as us. Kind of in the same fashion where Elijah and Elisha, how because the dude interceded for him, but he said, if God decides, it's on you. It's like if you see me fly up in a chariot, then God answered your prayers. So look, sometimes to get that dunamos effect, it mutual faith between a couple people, just a few, two or more gathered in his name's sake, he's there. But if you got the Holy Spirit indwelled in you, there's already two there, and all of heaven will bear witness to whatever is going on there. And you know what I'm saying? And see, there's the trick. That's how God tricks you and snares you in, is that are you operating with mercy? Are you judging with mercy? Yeah, I might be an F up. Yeah, I've done some bad stuff. Yeah, sometimes I get things wrong. Yeah, sometimes I talk too much. Yeah, sometimes I use too much imagination. Yeah, sometimes I take something out from one person on another. Yeah, sometimes I have bad thoughts. Yeah, sometimes I act on them. Yeah, I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? But see, to just judge the situation with condemnation and grudging, like, man, I hate the way this guy looks. I hate the sound of his voice. You know what I'm saying? He makes her look bad. I don't, yeah, I'm just trying to give you some things where, and then they'll be, and like, look, to not pray for a person when you see them in need is almost just as bad as praying a curse upon them. And then joining in on their suffering isn't doing the godly thing. You know what I'm saying? In all actuality, you ain't got to come out even publicly. You could do this all inside, man, and just keep it. Don't let the left hand know what the right's doing. And I understand this principle here that we're all, God keeps us incrementally consolidated. What's the other one besides incrementally? Man, compartmentalized. So that it's like, it's to entangle us together. In a way, it's like God's kind of got this master plan of bringing together a garment through all of us. But yet, since we're so busy striving with one another, he's kind of got to trick us into getting entangled with one another anyway. It's like, just like quantum entanglement and quantum pollution is working, that theoretically is how the Spirit of God works as well. And also, it's like, dude, I swear that in the Spirit, I can hear other believers now. Like, I can hear their instructions, like their teachings, their pointers, it's weird. Like, I can hear like 3 or 4 voices sometimes praying. And I mean, not like, it's like, I've listened to people pray enough to where it's like, they pop up in my mind when I go to pray. So it's like I'm sitting there and they're praying with me, but they're really not. It's just the memory of hearing them pray starts to activate. And it's almost like when you make a rap song and you can do overdubs, like you just do your main track, and then you can emphasize certain words, like yeah, like they do on all the or hey, they do be doing weird stuff like that on the overdub. You know what I'm saying? And or they'll be, you can hear it, it's like 2 tracks of the same voice over top of one another. But in this one, it would be like if 4 people were all overlaid on top of one another and it was all playing, but everyone was praying their own thing. It's really freaking weird. But I mean, look, it's very it's encouraging, because now I'm starting to understand, like, look, though you may be separated by time and space, and like even you might not even know the people personally, but look, yet through the Spirit of God, it's like you do kind of have this weird butterfly effect, synchronicities, like where you start to sync. It's like a bunch of people will come out all like non-affiliated with one another, compelled to speak about similar issues. You know what I'm saying? All in the same time frame. And I know some of this is through, it's the will of the Most High, though. Even if someone's influenced by someone else that was inspired by the Most High, and then they catch that vibe, that energy, that signal, and then it's like this one dude I listened to, Fellowship of the Martyr. He was talking about taking his spiritual jumper cables in a way, and he's like, I'm gonna hook these up with you, and then now you pray for what you want, but I'm just gonna try to amplify your signal. You know what I'm saying? And to some extent, these things do work. And the dude can be on the other side of the screen and just go like this with his hand. He's like, I impart to you whatever Jesus has imparted to me. What, you know what I'm saying? And that is that would seem legit to me, that it's like we should be pushing the gift out along for the other people who got blockages. Like just a little extra, like, look, you get random 4 dudes who righteous people whose prayers are sincere, and God hears them. We are like an amplifier, jumper cables for one another. So I mean, I just showed you how to bless yourself, and that's when you see a person like me that has been put under this crazy fucking test from God, but he's letting the devil and all them do it to me. So it's like, you people could help me just by praying a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just pray for protection. Pray for revelation. Pray for strength, good courage, faith, renewal of spirit and mind, repair the heart. You know, I mean, listen, even if all these things were okay with me, it doesn't hurt if you pray for me for these things. And likewise, me for you. Or whatever you got, I pray that God increase it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's like whatever that gift is, it's like hook the jumper cables up to that, and it's like upgrade it to the next level, man. A lot of this stuff, your spiritual gifts are a lot like a video game. Because in a video game, when you use certain like things, certain techniques, they level up and they become even more powerful and faster and things like that, or you get new attributes that you get to use along with your tools. Same thing with your spiritual muscles, is like you got to work them out, and they start to get big. And like if you really want to work out your spiritual muscles, you start to tone down your flesh. I mean, you could still work your spirit out and still tend to your flesh, but if you really want to get some, like, look, a quick and like a quick reaction, like really, you add a little prayer, a little fasting, uh, a little sincere repenting, and dude, listen, you'll get answers real quick. But uh, I'm not an expert in this. I've only just started to figure out that these things are true and indeed like good practices. Because what it is like a fasting just really plays psychological games with you, and it learns you how to cast down your thoughts. It's like, look, if you go 2 days without eating food, you'll swear at times you're gonna starve, you're gonna die. Your body will tell you you're gonna die, man, you're gonna die. And then to take your mind off that, it'll start thinking about weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you got to cast down all them freaking thoughts constantly, and then redirect them and swing it back to prayer or meditation on the word. You know what I'm saying? Or at least if you can't meditate on the word or you can't pray, then be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, keep resisting the devil, he'll flee. And there's different tricks that you can pull off, like even this maneuver right here. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like kind of draw people in with and here's the thing, even if the Satanists are watching this and they're like, ha ha ha, ha, we're gonna pray against you. Well, it says God will bless me for that. You know what I'm saying? And if you pray to bless me, God will bless me for that too. But you might not see it. You know what I'm saying? Watching from your private fucking EIO secret camera, fucking Truman Show database network. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. I'm starting to I'm almost like over it. You know what I'm saying? In a way, it's like I'm just sick of living in a brave new 1984. You know what I'm saying? It's like so what do you fucking got to lose? Where we're heading to is so fucking robotic. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is a good time to go all in with the God thing. You know what I'm saying? Because look, the alternative is literally you could be animated for longer than you should be, and then you're gonna live in a worse world and still die and go to hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very that's like Darth Vader. Like he should have died, but they found him somehow and hooked him up to a machine, and then he had to live like not even human anymore. Just, you know, all he has left to do is basically destroy people. That's his only reason. Same thing. If you get a spiritual Doc Holliday complex where it's like, look, I'm a dead man walking anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like that can happen there too, where it's like if you yeah, man, if you don't have if you only fear God, you know what I'm saying? If in the perfected love cast out all fear, you know what I'm saying? It's like you will survive things that you shouldn't be able to. I've already been through like this fucking car wreck where I got hit like this, like right here, right next to me, and it was literally like a fucking shield went up, and I somehow walked away from it like unscathed. Freaking brakes went out. You know what I'm saying? And somehow I just managed to use a snowbank to stop the car and not smash into one or flip the whip. You know what I'm saying? It's like house freaking burnt down. You know what I'm saying? I had to run up out of there. So it's like I don't know, man. It's like you go through as much stuff as I did, you realize you're here for a reason, and you know, when your time's up, it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there is ways you can kind of you know what I'm saying, tempt that, and it might backfire on you. But sometimes, and seeking the death, sometimes you won't find it. But wanting to live too much, then you'll get smoked.